Alright, next topic. I'm with Todai Kang here. We're going to be talking about something else now. You can join in on a conversation. Alright, what's the next topic?
I would love to talk about Jackie Chan. You know, the goof-ass motherfucker.
Alright, so I put up a lot of controversial writings and posts on Facebook about Jackie Chan, and I've been getting a lot of heat about it. Jenny's been like FBIing my Facebook, and she blocked out literally like 40 people, you know what I'm saying, from my Facebook, because they were all like pissed off at me and shit. And I was like, I was just basically just being real about Jackie Chan. And then I put up a YouTube video talking about Jackie Chan, and a lot of people clicked dislike on that video too. So, my thing about it, I told Kang earlier, this is exactly why this is a problem what Jackie Chan's doing. It's because there's no like Asian Americans or just Asians in general that are like respected in media. They're like non-existent. So like you can literally count by your one hand how many Asians are like well known in media. It's like Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Jackie Chan. That's pretty much like it. There's like nobody else. So it's like when you have 3 people that are representing the Asians in media, it's so important for those 3 people to do a fucking good job. But Jackie Chan's not doing a fucking good job. He's a fucking goofball, and he's just fucking like humiliating the Chinese. Like he just makes people want to laugh at him and shit. When you look at his face, you just want to fucking laugh. And then they look at, then they see him, they just want to smile and laugh and giggle at him. And then they see a Chinese person on the street, and then they want to laugh and giggle at the Chinese guy. And I swear to God, there's people right here on Howard Street that walk by that call me Jackie Chan and shit. There's this woman up there, this fucking woman, every time she sees me, she calls me Jackie Chan. All the fucking time. And then I fucking go to the park, this was like maybe a few years ago, and these little kids are calling me Jackie Chan. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard fucking people call me, say shit to me like, hey, do you understand the words that come out of my mouth? Little fucking kids are telling me this shit. And what am I supposed to do? Beat them up? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm pissed the fuck off at Jackie Chan for the shit that he's trying to represent out there. Is fucking up the reputation of the Chinese. And Bruce Lee worked so hard to represent like some respect for the Chinese. You know what I'm saying? Like in Dragon the Bruce Lee story, if you remember that scene when he's sitting with Linda in the movie theater, and he was watching the movie, and then there was a white guy pretending like he was Chinese, and then everybody in the audience was laughing, and then Linda Lee looked at him, and then she saw that he wasn't laughing, and then she's like, man, this is fucked up, let's go somewhere else. And then they went to a Chinese restaurant. Do you remember that scene? Yeah. So then basically, like, he saw the racism in there, and he's like, you know what? I need to change this. I need to build, I gotta give the Chinese some respect. So you notice his movies, like, he's like the top dog. Like, he's fucking up everybody. Like, he's just like beating up people left and right, because he's fighting for respect. And Jackie Chan comes in here and just fucks it all up and just be like, hey, just laugh at us. Just laugh at us and just like turn us into clowns. And I say that is different than for the blacks, because for the blacks, there's so many people that you could look up to, that one person that can't really just fuck it up for all the blacks, because they got so many people that are respected. I mean, they got Barack Obama, they got Martin Luther King Jr., they got Malcolm X, they got Denzel Washington, they got Will Smith, they got all these black athletes, they got all these people that are representing something positive for the black community. But look at, there are a lot of blacks in jail, but at the same time, there's a lot of blacks in entertainment that are highly respected. Kanye West, Jay-Z, Beyonce, like everybody. But what about the Chinese? Who the fuck is respected in media? Fucking nobody. Then you look at Jackie Chan, his ass is just fucking like goofing off and shit, letting Chris Tucker talk shit about his race in Rush Hour that's making like millions of fucking dollars. I went online and I looked at like the most successful movies in America, and Rush Hour I think was like number like 100 or something. And it grossed like millions of dollars. So you're telling me millions of people are getting like, they're watching this movie and they're feeling that it's okay to fucking laugh at the Chinese and make fun of them. It's okay to do that. That's what their mentality is. And why people don't like what I have to say is because they like to laugh at the Chinese, and they like Jackie Chan because they like to laugh at Jackie Chan. But they don't want a real motherfucker coming here to let them know that they're being racist every time they're fucking laughing. They don't want to face up to that shit. Because every time you fucking laugh at a Chinese dude, you're fucking being racist. That's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because why the fuck are you laughing? Why the fuck are you laughing? Seriously.
Yeah.
What the fuck is so funny? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that fucking shit angers the fuck out of me. And this shit affects me. Because if it didn't affect me, now I wouldn't give a fuck. But it does. I walk in the motherfucking street, motherfuckers calling me Jackie Chan. This shit's fucking disrespectful. And who the fuck do I have to blame? Yeah, Hollywood, of course. But fucking Jackie Chan was the motherfucker who signed the motherfucking contract and did those motherfucking movies and participated in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I say fuck him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he might be a nice guy and shit like that, but he's not fucking representing the Asian Americans the proper way. And he don't give a fuck because he lives in China. And he don't give a fuck about America. He don't care about Chinese Americans. He cares about the Chinese. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to make all the money and just spend it for himself and maybe his friends. But here you got people like me and all these Asian Americans in America that are suffering from basically basically encouraged racism because of that fucking movie. And it's not just the whites picking on the Chinese, but the blacks are picking on them too. Because Chris Tucker is black. So now you got the blacks and you got the whites picking on the fucking Chinese. And who the fuck is here to defend them? Fucking nobody. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm talking shit about his ass. Because it's fucking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking bullshit. So, I mean, that's all I gotta say about it. You know, and like, what the fuck Kung Fu movie's popular now? Fucking Kung Fu Panda. Another fucking joke-ass movie making fun of the Chinese. And who the fuck is in the movie? Fucking Jackie Chan. Another motherfucking movie with Jackie Chan in there, you know what I'm saying, that's promoting, like, people to laugh at the Chinese. Alright? The only thing that was real for the Chinese was Bruce Lee, and then that's pretty much it. Jet Li did a good job with some of the movies out there. He's serious with his shit. You know, like Fearless and stuff like that. The movies that Jet Li puts out is not poking fun at the Chinese. So I support Jet Li. But Jackie Chan, that motherfucker's not even a martial artist. He's a fucking comedian. He's a fucking stuntman. He's not a fucking martial artist. He'll get fucked up. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Seriously, he'll get fucked up. You know, so that's how I feel about his ass. And that's just what it is, man. You know.
And also, I would like to talk about Tony Jaa also. And I noticed in his movies that he basically beat the blacks and the whites. There was a trailer about The Protector 2. He's basically beating up the blacks and the white. And I don't want to offend the black community and the whites, but I think he's right. He needs to put them down because they've been making fun of the Asian culture too much, and they need to realize that, you know, they need to realize that they're being bullies, you know, they're being racist towards the Asian community, and it's not something that I appreciate. You know, I don't appreciate racist jokes towards blacks, whites, Chinese, or Asian, but at the same time, I think Tony Jaa is making a good statement, you know. He's basically portraying us as, you know, the bullies. And also in the movie Ip Man by Donnie Yen, you see how he beats up the white dude, because mostly there are lots of whites that, you know, bullied the Chinese back then, you know. So, you know, that kind of movie needed to be made, you know, in order for them to realize that, you know, you guys need to change, you know, your behavior towards me, you know, as a Chinese. You guys need to change, you know. It's not right to do that, you know. That's what I'm saying. It's not fair.
I mean, it's just like, you know, like what's going on right now is that, like, there's a lot of blacks that are like, they're getting respect, they're getting money, and basically it's like I mean, I'm telling you, it's like they're like, because a lot of, if you think about it, this is what a lot of blacks tell me. They tell me that there's a lot of Chinese people that are racist as fuck towards blacks. And you know what? You know what? That is partially freaking true. There's a lot of traditional Chinese people that are racist as shit towards the blacks. So what happens is that now the blacks hate the Chinese, and then there's like the whites that don't, there's certain whites that don't like Chinese, and then there's blacks that don't like Chinese either, and then they pair up together to fuck up the Chinese. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, it's just like, and within the Asian community, they don't like each other either. You got the Chinese against the Japanese, you know what I'm saying? And then you got like the Koreans against North Korea versus South Korea, you know what I'm saying? And it's like all these Asians that don't like each other. So it's just like, it's all jacked up out there. It really is. You know, it's like, there's really like, it's almost like, it almost feels hopeless. You know, because it's just like, people just don't understand. You know, so, you know, I don't know. All I could do is just voice my views on it, my experiences, and the people that come across my videos, maybe they'll double think. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe maybe like next time they see a Chinese person, maybe they won't make that joke. You know, maybe they'll just be a little bit more careful with what they say, or maybe just have a little more understanding. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's all I could do. It's just basically like to just express the pain that I have from experiencing all this shit out there. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks. You know, and that's why I got pushed out of my other job. You know what I'm saying? Because of racism. You know, and then you can't get away from it. You know what I'm saying? You just can't get away from it. You know, I just, that's why I don't watch movies, and I make my own stuff. You know, see, I'm making my own music. I'm making my own videos. I post my own writings. Everything is like self-created. I don't even pay attention to none of that nonsense out there. You know, and like, you know, Jenny's always watching my videos, and you know, everybody, there's a lot of people just watching my videos. They don't watch nothing else because there ain't shit else out there that's real. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just about just putting out my own stuff out there because I'm sick of the stuff out there that's always like stereotyping, discriminating, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just all bullshit, you know? So, but yeah, that's what I see, you know? But yeah.
Yeah, that's sad, man.
Yeah. I mean, even like Dave Chappelle, man, his stuff is funny as hell. I mean, he's one of my favorite comedians. But I mean, I could, from the outside perspective, I could see that it could piss off a lot of like blacks. You know what I'm saying? Because he's making fun of like crack addicts and stuff like that. And then what it does is just makes people like, every time they look at a black person, they can think of the crack addict. You know what I'm saying? And then they start laughing. Hey, you know, like that's, or then they'll say like Rick James, bitch, or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And I read like his biography, or like I read stuff on Dave Chappelle on Wikipedia, and he told me, you know, that he'd be on a stand-up and people would just yell out, hey, it's Rick James, bitch, and he just got so pissed off that he'll just walk off stage, you know what I'm saying? Because he got so upset about it that he's just like, you know what, people just don't fucking get it. You know, like he just gets so pissed off because they just don't. You know, and I feel that he stopped because he probably knew what the hell what was happening. You know, like he tried to use comedy to bring people together, but he saw how like it was probably having like an opposite effect. It was probably making the people that are racist feel even more empowered. You know what I'm saying? To make them.
You know, I think that Jackie Chan doesn't realize that, you know, how he's, you know, affecting the Asian community, like you said, you know. But Dave Chappelle, at least he realized, you know, maybe he realized that what he's doing, he may, you know, affect the black community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure that might have had a contributing factor, you know, because you think about it, you know, they give one black man, you know, like $100 million to just put down his own race. You know how much power he had? I mean, he had millions of views. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole world's watching him. And if he's making all these racially charged jokes at his own race, like it's just making people like, it's just further reinforcing that stereotype. You know what I'm saying? Like black people are all this way. You know what I'm saying? They're all poor. They're all broke. They're on crack. You know, they take shits in the alley. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. And then that just fucks it up. It fucks it up for the professional blacks, the ones that are like respectable. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, no matter how much money they give you, you gotta think about like how much of an effect are you actually having on your own community. You know what I'm saying? Like your presence could be really like destroying like the reputation of your entire race of people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happens when you get a lot of like attention, a lot of fame. In a way, like every little thing you do could have a huge effect. You know, and that's why I think he ended up like going off to like out of the country to get away from everything, because he couldn't handle all that pressure. You know what I'm saying?
I think he went to Africa, right?
Yeah. You know, that's a lot of pressure, man. And you know, he stopped all that. He turned down, I forgot how much million it was. I think it was like $50 million that he turned down. Because they tried to like sign him to do more. And he's like, no, I'm stopping this and not doing no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a lot of power, man. That means he didn't sell his soul like that. Of course, he did sell out a little bit, but at least he shows that, you know, he realized that if he went to that route, it would have been a huge sellout. You know, the $50 million ones. So that's a good decision of him, I believe. You know, but other people, if it was, you know, some regular black, you know, some regular like comedian, they would have took the money.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what they care about, you know.
Oh, yeah.
They only care about the money, but they don't really care about, you know, being a real artist. I'm pretty sure that if George Carlin was given that too, I think he would have refused. Because I know how real of a comedian he is, you know. And the way he's speaking too, you know, you can see the realness in him. It may make you laugh, but he's really serious about what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I just recently found out about him too, you know. Hold on for a sec. Hold on. Hello? Alright, thanks. I'll be home soon. Alright. Bye. Yeah, so I just recently found out about him from that guy. I think it's Alex, the one that posted it on the blog, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, that's pretty cool, you know, so. But yeah, I mean, there are whites out there that actually fight for equality. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't. They're like, you know what? This racism shit's not right. I'm gonna help to fight for equality, and I really respect that, because it's almost like a rich person that just gives up his riches to partake in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that takes a lot, man. Because normally if you're on the bullies team, you don't want to leave. You're like, hey, you know, I'm living it well. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm living it good. Just fuck them, man. Let them. Like, good luck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm on this side, and at least I'm not being picked on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I really respect the people that kind of like that are white, and they have like basically like this white power thing in this country, and then they still fight for equality for like minorities. That's very respectable. You know what I'm saying?
Like for Eminem, I respect him. I mean, you may not like him, but I think he's a real ass rapper.
Who?
I don't know what you think. Eminem.
Oh yeah, I mean I mean it's not that I don't like him. I think that he makes pretty good music, but I haven't been keeping up with them. But I mean, basically being a white dude in hip hop, that's like huge right there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to really be like black inside in order to make it in hip hop as a white person. You know what I'm saying? So he might be white on the outside, but I think he's black on the inside. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you know, I respect that. You know, so
yeah, just like you, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, man. You know, but yeah, I mean. Yeah, man, I mean, that's what it is. You know, you just got to keep working hard towards expressing the real amongst all this false. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what? I may be black on the outside, but I feel like inside I'm, because I'm, you know, a dragon, if you might call it. Basically, I've been inspired by Bruce Lee. Man, I have a lot of his books, and I read them, you know. Read them all, not them all, but a couple of books like the Dao Ji Kundo, Artist of Life, you know, the Bruce Lee fighting method. I've been heavily inspired by him.
What about my book, man?
I'm inspired by you too. But yeah, I'm gonna read your books because, speaking of your books, I read a bit about it on Amazon, man. You got a lot of good stuff to say, And I wish more people was more attracted to your books, how you were expressing the Eastern culture. So I feel like I'm Eastern on the inside too. And, I've been, and there's a lot of stuff, my uncle been saying about the blacks. They're basically saying that, all of us, all the races, they all come from Africa. I cannot label them as black. I don't know if they're black or white or anything, but they all came from Africa. And, Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, all the spiritual, they all come from Africa. So basically, Africa is more of a spiritual country than people think. So I feel like in the inside, I'm more of an Eastern guy. I'm not really Western at all. Because, my brother be speaking, about, chasing goals, and all that stuff, which I see the beauty of, but at the same time, what if something unexpected happened to you? What if both of your feet just cut off?
Chasing hoes?
Yeah, chasing chasing, big house, have a car, driving Lexus and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, you got them. Now what? What if all of a sudden a bomb just explodes you in a car? You know what I mean? So basically, yes, you can follow your goals, but at the same time, you have to remember that, there's only the present moment, there's only right now. You have to pay attention to it. If you don't pay attention to it, to me, you miss a lot in life. That's the way I see, life in general. It's in the moment, it's in the now. And I feel like I'm like one of the few people who realize that in the West. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what FMK is here for, to try to bring people with that realization together, so we don't feel like we're alone and shit. You know what I'm saying? But but really, when I read books and stuff like Bruce Lee, Lao Tzu, Osho, I mean, I understand it right away, and I know I'm not alone. You know what I'm saying? And that just shows that, hey, my understanding is pretty damn deep when it's coming from people like that. You know what I'm saying? So we're not alone. It's just that you just gotta put more effort to connecting with the people that see what you see, and then
and so far it's been really hard for me though, because my friends are Westerns, my cousins, my father, mother. Not that I'm saying they're dumb, but I don't think they will ever understand me unless they take off that Western mentality. That's the way I see it. And Osho is a real deal to himself. I love his books.
Oh yeah, he's awesome, man. He's dope.
Yeah, who's gonna understand when you talk about sex? When you talk about sex, all of a sudden they get wild up. They get repressed. They see it as like a evil thing or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup. That's what it is, man. It's just kind of like, that's why you gotta keep certain things. Just don't talk about it.
Oh yeah.
Keep
it to yourself.
Yeah. Just don't talk about it unless you're connected with somebody that sees what you see. Then you can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If they don't see what you see, just don't even talk about it. But I'm gonna stop the video right here.